So it's a tale as old as time. Uh, you know, uh, so we got Deadline. Not that big of a deal, but the fact that they are doing exactly what you think people would be doing. Uh, Deadline tells audience to shut up about Marvel crashing and burning at the summer box office. So Marvel hasn't really had a good movie in quite a while. Now they'll come out and say, "Oh well, this was the highest grossing Marvel movie." That's not saying a lot though. Most of these Marvel movies have lost money. So a Marvel movie doing well, it's not because it's good. It's just doing not doing as bad as the others. I mean, but they try to spin it like, "Oh no, no, no. It's making money. This is the best Marvel movie ever and people love it." Now, stop the gaslighting. No one's falling for it. But, telling people to shut up, it works so well, doesn't it, when it comes to these companies? Just like, oh, you don't like it, don't watch it, or don't buy it, don't play it. Oh, just shut up. And Hollywood promised that the summer of 2025 would be the big comeback. Bob Iger told Wall Street earlier this year that Marvel and Disney Disney's film slate would be the strongest since 2019 in terms of summer box office. They were wrong. Analysts, he falls asleep real fast. You can see maybe like a little bit of his head right there. The void. He just comes in and he's just like, analysts across the trade said that the industry could finally hit a 4 billion summer, marking the first real rebound since the 2020 lockdowns. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's pretty much been since then. The message was clear. After years of decline, Hollywood would deliver a box office season worth celebrating. Spoiler alert, they didn't. Instead, the summer ended with a thud. The domestic total came in at about 3.53 billion, or 3.6 to 3.7 billion if you stretch through Labor Day. That's slightly higher than last year's disaster summer, and I gotta sneeze. Ugh. The weather's changing. I mean, kind of. It's been nice and cold. Well, not cold, like 50 something degrees at night. And I've been sleeping with the window open because it's been so nice. And so ugh. Weather shouldn't be changing like this in early September. Right now, we'd still be like 100 degrees, but no, we're like 80 and below. So it's odd for this time of year for us. Where were we? Slightly higher than last year's disastrous summer, but still far below the expectations the industry set itself set. Worse, it's billions, short of the nearly 5 billion summer in 2019. The benchmark that Hollywood continues to chase but can't seem to reach. How did debt? God, I don't care. How did Deadline, one of the biggest Hollywood trades, respond to this disappointment? By defending Marvel's The Fantastic Four first steps and telling audiences to shut up. Because that always works out. It always works out. Whenever you have something that's failing, instead of telling people, hey, we understand that it failed and here's why, and we ignore. Nope, it's always our fault. It's always, shut up. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Oh, you phobes and isms. Have fun failing then. I mean, I've never seen these businesses so determined to not make money. Like, if they are in the business of not making money now, then they are succeeding. They are just completely succeeding. But, you know, Marvel's big belt that fell flat. No film this summer carried more weight than Marvel than the Fantastic Four First Steps. This was supposed to be the relaunch of Marvel's most iconic team. The project would remind audiences why they fell in love with the MCU in the first place. Disney marketed it as a turning point, a return to form. Yeah. What happens when people say a return to form? It never is. Never is. Ever. But the box office doesn't lie. Fantastic Four earned around 500 million worldwide. That's technically the highest grossing film in the franchise history, but that achievement only looks impressive because the bar was so low. Exactly. Because every other movie did so terribly that this movie making some modicum of money, it looks like an extreme achievement. And then they try gaslighting you. It's like, oh well, this was the best selling of all time. Yeah, not by like money wise, you still lost money, but it looks better because every other movie has done horribly. People still didn't like it, so it's not the win you think it is. Impressive was Barcelo. Fox's 2005 Fantastic Four made 300, only half evil. 333 million. The 2007 sequel hit 301 million. And the ill-fated 2015 reboot collapsed with just 106. They've been playing that one like a couple of weeks ago. They were playing that on TV. I mean, I watched it. It's not that bad. It's not good, but it's not that bad, you know? But I can see from like a box office perspective, yeah, people weren't really. That's the one with Michael B. Jordan as like Johnny, and all that. So, but I watched it. It was, I mean, there wasn't a moment where I was like, oh man, I'm going to turn this off. I mean, it kept me watching. It just wasn't that good. You know, it's just one of those movies. It's just kind of there. Yeah, it's not good, really. It's not bad. Just kind of there. So, Marvel topping those weak numbers at a time in which inflation is way up doesn't make this a comeback. In the context of the MCU, it's a flop. At its peak, Marvel delivered multiple billion-dollar blockbusters every year. Just last summer, Deadpool, Marvel vs. Deadpool. That would be amazing. I mean, he's part of the Marvel universe, so Deadpool and Wolverine smashed past 1.3 billion. Compared to that, Fantastic Four barely moved the needle. Deadline's defense, so shut up. Rather than acknowledge the truth, these people like to think they're super important, that they're super intelligent, and that they know everything. And rather than acknowledging the failures, instead, it's everyone else's problem. It's everyone else's fault. Don't take accountability when you can just blame everyone else. Deadline rushed to defend Marvel. Their box office wrap-up included this astonishing line. In addition, Fantastic Four First Steps at $500 million. They try to make it seem like $500 million is like, oh, that's a lot. $500 million worldwide is the highest grossing ever for that franchise. So shut up. When it comes to superhero-itis, the reality check is that there is an arguable box office ceiling to certain pieces of IP. Batman and Spider-Man will always gross more than Superman. Not to mention, the more FOMO fever surrounding a title, the better. Hence, one of the reasons why Superman outgrows Fantastic Four. Yeah, that's the reason. This isn't neutral reporting. This is a trade outlet literally scolding audiences for daring to point out Marvel's decline. Instead of grappling with reality that $500 million is underwhelming by MCU standards, Deadline waved it away, told you to shut up and move. It's that freaking the meme. They're basically doing the meme. Yeah, this great meme. Like, nothing to see here. Instead of acknowledging it, they're telling you to shut up and move on. Like, nothing to see here, folks. Yeah, Marvel's in decline, but nothing to see here. Just shut up and keep going. Yeah, that'll totally get us get us on your side and Marvel's side again by just failing to acknowledge that there's an issue. That line is more than a throwaway comment. In an admission that Hollywood press corps sees its job as protecting the studios, not reporting honestly about them. Bigger picture, summer that missed the mark. The defense of Fantastic Four is just one piece of a larger pattern across the industry. The summer's numbers were treated as a win simply because they weren't as bad as 2024. This is like the putting sprinkles on a dog turd. It's still a dog turd. It's just got sprinkles on it. So these shitty movies might have been better than last year, but they're still shitty movies. These people who claim to be so intelligent have the mentality of fucking 5-year-olds. No logic, no critical thinking, no common sense. It's incredible. But these people want to tell you what to do and how to think and this and that. It's okay, people. Nothing to see here. We're right. You're wrong. Just shut up. Go touch grass. Go this, that. Fobes, this. If you don't like this movie, you're a bigot. If you don't like this movie, you hate women. If you don't like this movie, you hate black people. No, we just hate shitty movies. You know? We just hate shitty movies. Summer they were only marginally better, but by standards Hollywood set, this was another weak season. The industry promised $4 billion. It fell short. Bob Iger said Disney's lineup was as strong as 2019. It wasn't. Why you always lying? Quit fucking lying. The total of 4.5 to 4. Or 3.5 to 3.7 billion is better than last year, but still nowhere close to pre-lockdown levels. By any honest measure, this summer failed to deliver the rebound audiences and investors were promised. Yet instead of holding the industry accountable, which they never do, ever, just everyone else's fault. Everyone else's fault. That last Captain America movie, despite the fact that it wasn't good and it was so bad that they had to do 4 reshoots because every test audience didn't like it, it comes out, still fails. Nope, that's our fault. It's our fault somehow. Not the company who made it, and had to keep reshooting because test audience. No. It's always us. It's us always, no matter what. Yet instead of holding the industry accountable, the trades shifted the goalpost. Slightly better than last year suddenly became good enough. Wait, good enough and good enough was redefined as good. Yes, good enough and good enough. Iger's broken promise and broken dreams. His boulevard of broken dreams. Where the city sleeps. The only one who walks alone. Bob Iger was the one who raised expectations. He told investors earlier this year that Disney's film slate was as strong as anything since 2019. Deadline and the rest of Hollywood press ran with that claim, framing 2025 as a year theaters would roar back to life, like Mufasa or Simba at the end of the movie. But when the summer came and went without a swell billion-dollar breakouts, the narrative changed. It was everyone else's fault for being phobes and cynicisms. The same trades that amplified Iger's boasts are now ignoring it, acting as if the promise was never made. That isn't journalism. That's running cover for a CEO who didn't deliver. At the core of all this is a fundamental truth. Audiences are tired of being talked down to. Yeah. The same nerds that you people rely on to see your movies and to play your games and to watch your shows, you're alienating. You think normal people are the ones mostly seeing these things? No. It's the nerds. And you continuously push them away, telling them to shut up, telling them to go touch grass, calling them phobes, and isms because they're critiquing your shit. It's not normal people who are collectors of this stuff who are going to see these movies. No, it's the nerds who grew up with it. They've got their walls of freaking Marvel memorabilia and whatever else. Those are the people who are going to mostly go see your movies. And you continuously push them away. And then you wonder, ooh, why didn't our movie do? Because you keep pushing people away, numbnuts. Telling them to go touch grass and calling them incels and phobes and isms just because they said that they don't like the fact that you keep gender swapping popular heroes or whatever. Instead of acknowledging it and saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, you're right. There's no reason to swap Peter Parker, make him a female. We could just make our own superhero, make it female. Or, oh, hey, let's take this character and make him black. When there's plenty of other characters who are just like that character that already exist that you're just not utilizing. But no, instead of doing that, it's like, oh no, you're just a bunch of phobes and isms. You're just a bunch of far-right extremists and white supremacists, and you kick puppies and you don't say I love you to your grandma. When Hollywood Trade tells them to shut up, it doesn't change their experience at the box office. It only reinforces the idea that the industry and its press are completely out of touch with the people they're supposed to serve. The bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. What? No, the summer of 2025 was supposed to be a rebound. It wasn't. Marvel, through Fantastic Four, was supposed to make a big, very large, supposed to be a huge summer box office comeback. It didn't. Instead of owning up to those failures, Hollywood press corps decided to spin, excuse, and even scold their readers because they don't really give a fuck. As long as they keep getting that sweet, sweet money from all these companies, they will continue alienating fans. Because why would they care? They're getting paid regardless. Deadline's shut up moment is the clearest sign yet that Hollywood is more interested in protecting its machine than in reporting the truth. But audiences don't need Deadline to tell them what to think. They can see the empty seats. They can see the gap between billion-dollar promises and half-billion results. And no amount of spin will make them believe that failure is a success. That failure is successful, or is a success, however they wanted to say it. Hollywood has learned. Yeah, they're like I've said, they're a bunch of fucking petulant 5-year-olds. These are the kids who keep touching the stove, expecting a different result each time, and they keep getting burned, and they don't understand why, and so they keep doing it. Will change nothing, and it has lost the audience forever. So they want us to shut up? Well, I believe apathy will do more damage anyway, so I accept these terms. The MCU is done. We've moved on to the acceptance stage. It's time the Marvel simps and the media did too. Why does Bob Iger still have a job? Globalists pay Hollywood to make propaganda, so movies will continue to suck. But they are getting bad-tempered about this propaganda not selling as well as they hoped. Still, birth rates are way down, so that propaganda is working. Yeah, they're basically saying the whole, nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Go about your business. And again, Marvel, whatever company, you know, when it comes to video games or Marvel or Doctor Who or whatever, they rely on the nerds to watch and consume. But then when you come out and like, oh, well, shut up. Oh, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Oh, go touch grass. You're alienating the people who you rely on and keeping that small minority that aren't going to provide shit for you. But sure, keep doing it. I'm sure it'll work eventually. If you just truly believe in yourselves hard enough, I'm sure that telling people to fuck off or to shut up or to whatever else will work out for you eventually. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.